One day a man rented a house on the fringes of the forest, and this house was long abandoned. No one lived in it, and then his owner restored it and painted it again, and changed its decor, and then was prone to rent, and this man came and rented it. This man tells his terrible story, saying, "I moved my luggage to this house and spent the first night with my wife and kids. It was a quiet and beautiful night. And it was several days until we settled in this house, and I was very happy with this house, overlooking the amazing limbs of the forest, and my kids are very happy with the little garden attached to the house, which they spend the day playing and having fun." And she told me that every night she heard a buzz in the driveway to the kitchen, and sometimes you hear the sound of children screaming, the sound of their legs running around the house. I tried to calm her down and told her these sounds could be radio or TV sounds, and advised her to keep abreast of her connections and read more than the Quran. So that these mouses don't come back to her again, I calmed down a little bit and we slept this night. The next day I came back late from work and was so exhausted. When I walked into the house, I found my wife motionless, and her eyes were diagnosed sitting in the corner of the house, sweating and shaking so badly. And after she went above, she told me that she had seen a woman sitting in the lounge with her and chatting together, where this woman told her that she and her family had been living in this house for a very long time, and I advised my wife to look for her and her family somewhere else, because this house is small and can't be for everyone. I was very shocked when I heard this wonderful novel that my wife told me, and as soon as it ended, I had a short man in front of me, and he said to me, "We don't want to get you and your family, but our family is great, and we are the real inhabitants of this house, and we came before you lived it for years, so we ask you to look for another house." I agreed to go straight away, and I started looking for another house, and I asked him for a while to find another house for me and my children, and he gave me a whole month to do no harm to my family, and they didn't show us day or night, and before long we left the house without going back. The jinn that inhabits the bathroom of our house. The narrator recounts that on a very cold winter day, they met with 3 friends around a small fire stove driven by some foliage and palm fronds, and all gathered under a large balcony overlooking the street, and who were not alone in the evening due to the extreme cold weather. The sky was overcast with black clouds with some light raindrops. The guys sat alone, and the fantasies came to mind because of this night and the creepy atmosphere, and began talking about scary stories and ghost-haunted houses. A friend started telling a story that he swore was real and that he testified to it himself. And that's when his family moved into a new house to inhabit it. And this house was vast, large, and very beautiful, despite the price of the simple. But then they knew the real reason behind it. At first, the family lived in total peace and security and felt nothing strange. But over time, they started to feel wonder, but they didn't stand there very often. But after the mother had a little girl, she started feeling tired, and the house became unclean and untidy all the time, and the family felt more strange, especially when the mother woke up from her sleep, freaked out, and started screaming, and the child was constantly screaming and crying abnormally. One day, as the family sat at the table eating dinner, the bathroom lamp exploded loudly and annoyingly, suddenly without anyone approaching him, and the mother shouted, "No, that's a lot. I've been feeling weird and scary for days, and I preferred silence." But it got really scary. She told her sons that when she was in the bathroom, she felt there was someone with her and was getting so close that she could hear her heavy breath. Another day, while the little brother was playing with his sister, he heard the sound of playing inside the bathroom. So I rushed the bathroom door close very hard, and he immediately goes to tell the mother. But surprisingly, when the mother came, she saw the bathroom door completely open. On this day, the mother decided to take her little family and move to another house, and the family actually left this house the same day. But the question always remained in the minds of this little family. Why is our house? And why the bathroom, in particular? Most bathrooms are haunted by ghosts, so why the ghosts choose the bathroom from the rest of the house?